Welcome back to Pro League and the last day of Cross Division for the week. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined as always by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Studdy. Now, Studdy, we're going to kick things off with you because we need to talk about EG and Envy and the fact that EG did 3-1 them yesterday.
Yeah, for me, it was just a supporting cast. Felony, he played way better than he's played the entire Pro League, if you ask me. And Royalty as well, he stepped up. We saw him yesterday in that 5-5, getting that first pick on Aches. And Felony just overall, just being that sub player. There was no one positive on the side besides their SOG players on the hard point. Great performance out of them. Hopefully they're able to keep it up.
EG finally got off the schneid, right? That's their first win in the Pro League since I believe they beat Reciprocity in the last day of their division. So it's been a long time for them to get a win, and they stepped up tremendously. They only lost, the first map to Envy, which was Frequency Hardpoint, a map that Envy has proven to be exceptionally strong on. So that's a great performance out of those guys for sure.
Absolutely, and you know, the story of this Envy series have been SD in control, right? They've been dominating in those, and you know, if they don't win those, they seem to struggle in the series. And Evil Geniuses did a good job in that series, being able to neutralize them. And Fellow stepping up as well with that War Machine, finally getting some kills with it, not killing his teammates. And you know, we talk about Fellow being like the supporting cast, but really he needs to kind of be a star in this team in my eyes. We're seeing the teams that are being successful having those star players in their SOGs. So I think Fellow really does have to rise to the occasion and be that player consistently for them if they want to have a chance at continuing to win. I really think he needs to be a star.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it yesterday against Envy. He was able to do it. He was able to perform well. Of course, those stats didn't necessarily reflect it from yesterday. But let's move on now. Luminosity and E United. Of course, LG pulling out that Game 5 win.
Yeah, absolutely, right. Luminosity have been loving Game 5 lately. It seems like they've sort of been on autopilot, but E United really took it to them yesterday. In terms of the hard points, you know, Luminosity looked pretty good, but they were very close, right? Like, there was chances E United could have taken both of these. I think United probably would have ran away with this one if Gunless didn't get this crazy couple of kills there on that elbow. He sort of took his time and just bought like 15 seconds for his teammates to get close and break on in, and then from then on out, it was just performances on the side of Luminosity. We had Slack going off in the Search and Destroy. We had Classic going off on that Arsenal hardpoint, just dropping like 32 kills with that Rampart. And, you know, that's what you want out of the championship team. You want different players to step up at different times, so it's not all the weight of the world on Gunless's shoulders, and that's what we saw in that series in a hard-fought Game 5 win.
I mean, especially Pac against a fired-up E United to still be able to come out and win.
Yeah, I think Slack started out like Game 5 like 10-0 or something like that. He just stepped up tremendously against a really good E United team. From the side of E United, we saw some tweets from RC's a little bit frustrated with his performance as of late, not being able to post up and get kills like he was earlier on in the season. So once he figures out how to play with this new roster, I think United's going to be a real force to be reckoned with.
For me, it was definitely Clayster for me yesterday. You know, we saw him pulling out the Rampart yesterday. It wasn't one of his best days compared to the first 2 days here. Felt like he was kind of inconsistent, along with Abizi, at least first map. We saw Simp 27 and 20 at a point, and Abizi was like 13 and 24. So obviously, it's just some inconsistency out of the team. Still learning their respawn game modes, but they still pull up a good fight versus LG.
Yeah, and I mean, again, they need a little more time to kind of like find their groove with everyone, of course, with Simp being a new player for them. But let's bring up our London pools. Again, we want to reiterate that what happens here at Cross Division will help decide those seeds at London. And I believe, Nameless, now that E United has lost, they can't do that pretty 4-0 and potentially get that top seed.
Well, they can still potentially get it. It just depends on how 100 Thieves performs in their cross-divisional play. But the ball's out of their court now, right? Like, if 100 Thieves go into next week and just dominate and win all their matches, they will secure that #1 spot. And, you know, that's something that these teams want. Although we saw, like, there's some death pools based on seeding last time. But I think, you know, getting that #1 spot just gives you that extra confidence going into London. So 100 Thieves definitely be looking.
I don't know how teams like, so Midnight has a 5-2 record on paper, but the team is not the same.
Yeah.
So you have no idea where these teams are going to fall after their week of cross-divisional play, and that can shift the power in each of these pools drastically. So really, these guys just got to come here and take care of business. They can't really focus on where they're going to land in pools.
Yeah, it's going to be a coin flip, like what pool you get. You never know if you're going to have the group of death or not. You can't really control that. You just got to go into each game and try to get that win.
Now, let's bring up our schedule because our first match of today is UYU versus Envy Study. And I believe UYU, all of their matches have ended in a 3-0, either not in their favor or their favor.
Yeah, I don't know. Like UYU, like Ann always says, is start for that first map. The inconsistency yesterday out of Proto was just simply unacceptable. He has his days where he decides to just start off 4-15 and end the game 23-19. Yesterday, it was just not that kind of story. And obviously, it just showed through the entire series versus
Yeah, it's just UYU just has a problem with, like, their search and destroy and control isn't all that great, and then their hard points, like their only game mode that they're pretty decent at. So it's like if you lose that hard point, you don't have much confidence going into the rest of the series. So they kind of just been falling apart after that game 1. But, you know, they have some heavy hitters in Methods, Mayhem, and Parzilian. It's really just like when we saw Proto going off, their team looked incredible.
Yeah.
Like when Proto plays good, their team has been great. And, you know, I was talking to you about it in the green room, John. I was like, I'm pretty surprised Proto made it through the roster mania. Like, not too much shade at him, but his performance has been kind of inconsistent at times.
Super up and down.
Yeah, I'm surprised he made it through to that point. So I do think there's a lot for him to prove for this team, because I think there's a lot of potential on the side of UYU. I think him and some of those other guys need to step it up.
But what?
I think if Envy gets, we don't know the vetoes, but if Envy gets a frequency hardpoint first map, I expect them to take that. And if we're going to go off the history of this week, I expect them to finish out this series pretty strong. Their frequency hardpoint has been truly impressive. They are one of the few teams to actually take it to Luminosity and beat them on that map handedly. So if they can get that map, take that map, I just feel like they'll be too strong for UYU in this series.
Especially, I mean, Nameless, when they're going up against Hook, we talk about him a lot. I mean, he's so strong. Most all of his games are excellent. I mean, look, you can't deny that those stats are very good.
Yeah, Hook's insane, right? Absolute superstar. He's literally a glitch on the map. He's so hard to kill. And you know, there's this thing in Call of Duty where it's like, if a team's really good at search and destroy and they have talented players on their team, at some point they figure out hardpoint and they become a deadly roster. I think hardpoint's probably the easiest game mode to figure out, just because there's so much data to go back and watch, and you can pretty much copy setups, how to break, and
it's the most scrimmed game type too.
Yeah, you scrim it so much. So, like for Envious, if they're winning the search and destroys, which they have been, like for Respawn, if you at some point you're going to figure out hardpoint, right? Like you will be a deadly team. It's just going to take time. I think right now, if they're winning hardpoints, they look fantastic, but they haven't been winning them consistently.
For me, I'm sorry. For me, it was the control yesterday. We saw Envy was able to play defense, especially on gridlock, for 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Yesterday, they got absolutely destroyed by EG, and that's just something that we were not seeing at all. It's their best game mode.
I don't think anyone expected that.
Yeah, no one expected that. So if they're just able to at least play their controls the way they're supposed to, it should be a way better series.
Yeah, and of course, if they can take down UYU, a respectable 3-1 there at their end of their week. But we are ready to kick things off now. UYU versus Team Envy with our casters, Miles and Momo.
Thank you very much, lovely, lovely desk. Indeed, Miles and Momo, UYU versus Envy. An exciting one to start the night off with. I mean, a lot of questions going around in the green room at the moment. Is it going to be a 3-1? Is it going to be a 3-0 either way? Or is this going to go all the way to a Game 5 again, the way both teams are looking right now? I'm guessing a Game 5, Phil.
I'm definitely going on the fence of not a 3-0. I'm on the fence, sorry, between like 3-2, 3-1, but I don't think this is going to be a 3-0. No. I think UYU and Envy, have it to take maps off of each other here. I am leaning towards Envy. Obviously, we've seen kind of the star-studded plays from the likes of Hugh. Silly was really impressive for me as well. I think Hugh, yes, he gets all the attention, and yes, he does deserve it. But there's games which I think it was Silly yesterday, which was going off and going, toe-to-toe with the likes of Hugh and keeping them in it. But UYU, they pack a punch themselves.
It's been an interesting week for UYU again. I mean, it's tough to see. We saw some rough plays out of Methods yesterday. Same could be said for the previous day. A player for me who's really standing out is Parzilian. He's actually stepped up in a massive way. He's had a great week of the Pro League so far. We've seen that ICR doing work. Looking to see a little bit more of that one. Another player I'm keeping a big eye out for here on Envy is Apathy. Apathy usually starts the day out quite well. These early matches tend to favor him here in the Pro League, but we'll see if we can't find some magic now. As there's your series, boys and girls. Seaside Gridlock, Arsenal, Frequency Hacienda, and Des were calling it if we're going to see that Frequency hardpoint. There it is. Will we get to it, though? That's the question.
I have a feeling that we may. Arsenal Control, for me, is going to be an interesting one between these two teams, but Seaside hardpoint to kick things off. Personal favourite, a little bit of bias. I just love Seaside. It's one of those that's a lot of action. It starts very, very fast and furious, and by all means, it can get a little bit out of control sometimes. But which player, which team is the one to go off? Obviously, predictions are in. All you guys getting involved on social media, hashtag with a CWL PS4, hashtag CWL Pro League as well. Always fun to see what you guys have to say, and seeing the reasons why. I was reading some on Twitter yesterday, and it was not just about who's winning, it's why they're winning, it's which player's going off, and genuinely I was like, that's a really interesting kind of stat. Some of you guys, should I say, out there have a lot to say, and I'd love to hear it. UYU Team Envious, though, map 1 is Hardpoint Seaside. We're going to kick it off very, very soon here. But I've got my eyes on App. Like you said, the desk kind of said it, I think, a couple times, obviously not this week, but, you know, over the past couple of weeks, even months, App is that player that can change that game. You know, Hugh, you kind of know what you're going to get from him. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Here he is.
On we go, straight into the first hard point. Aches and Hugh now hit the stairs. Hugh's in, managed to find a nice kill, and again, kills are going the way of Envy to begin this one off. Parzelian answering back. Method's on the outside as well. Now, Apathy, the man we spoke about so well to begin this one, is going to get a nice kill on the outside there, flush his players back. However, they now have to contend with the rear, the opposing spawns, and now the players coming through stairs, and Proto's going to get that done. Parzelian hitting the back end now as well. Envy with an early point lead, but here comes the mounting pressure from UYU. Can Envy hold on?
Yeah, really nice positioning from Apathy there, just kind of utilizing the scenery from him, you know, always putting himself behind something. And it's really important that you do that, obviously, when you are playing a game like this. Put yourself behind a barrel, put yourself behind an umbrella, as you saw on the side, and give yourself that advantage. Very well done there by App, 3-0, and getting a scrap time for his team, but rotation is going down. Bit of a cluster here as Aches, Hugh, and Silly all pick up kills here. And we are going to see one player right at the back. It's going to be Pars. We're going to see him maybe take down one. Could be Heard, and I think he will be. He's going to be the Sorg of Hugh. Not going to be enough, though.
Yeah, he gets it done. We saw UYU get that first early rotate. They managed to get in there first, but again, it was Proto sitting here in barrels. Lack of trigger discipline. Manages to only find a couple of shots to do a player, no kills to get it. Aches, though, making Mayhem look easy as Silly now punches his way through side. We still have UYU in control for the time being, though. Top tank now. Facilius, he continues to play, but Apathy's there to pick up the pieces. Great trade out. Beautiful work there from Apathy to find the second, and Silly's backing him up as well. Mayhem now. Got to try and get him from the back.
Yeah, Apathy there. He finds 3 eventually in that little cluster of players. There's 2 more pushing through the barrels here. Apathy does eventually go down. I don't think he got streaks there, but he was on, I believe, a 5-kill streak, working his way towards Crash. Obviously, very important. We see time and time again the players and the team that get those specialists first capitalize and, you know, use that momentum in favor. But going up to the money hill, obviously the hill which you can capture most of the time for all. Concussions galore over by the stairs here, and Knight's going to find himself a double. But Silly and Hugh are going to retain those spawns. Hugh is desperately trying to get to the back, and rightfully so, but he's chased and hunted like the prey of Proto there, as Methods does shut him down, and UYU will be able to hold on here. Down by about 15, but have a great positioning on the map. Yeah,
they got the back at spawns. You saw Methods just spawn up now, able to provide those reinforcements straight on top of the hard point. Incoming push now from Checkers. Methods off spawn, stuns her out straight away. Goes up against App, backing up against Aches. He finds it. Can they maintain this pressure? Aches finds another. Apathy finds one, and Proto trades out. With the final 30 seconds now left here on the fountain, it does look like UYU just about managed to keep it together. See, Envy managed to flip the spawns. Now they're on the other side, but that's not going to help too much. Hugh, though, he's on the rotate early. He's managing to get out there, trying to get wine barrels good and ready. Envy still with a slight lead now, final 15 seconds. He's got a little bit of time to hold on for. Apathy now doing the best he can to help out. 9 and 4 for App. Hugh gets dropped there by Parzelian. Again, another player we highlighted going into this matchup. Someone to look out for. So far, so good for him. 7 and 5. Here comes the rotate. Here come the kills. Will Envy get the lead?
We'll have to wait and see here, but they're in a good position to do so. Apathy does find one before he goes down, but Mayhem, Methods, and Parzelian there. Parzelian actually finding a double towards the end of things. UYU are kind of turning into that team, which can be a slay heavy. What the hell was Hugh doing? I think that was a 360 melee, and Proto's going to find himself onto Aches as well. But Envy still in the lead. Great positioning for UYU to actually take the lead from them here. If they maintain the whole time, they will take that lead going into the next rotation. Apathy shut down by Methods once more. Parzelian still going off before getting taken down. But if you look across the board already, Mayhem 10 and 10. Just the interactions alone, incredible stuff from him. Knight not having the best. I think I shouted out that, you know, he got a double kill up by the stairs. Apart from that, nothing.
Yeah, been a bit quiet from Knight. Hoping he can find himself here again. UYU are going to looking to get this final 10 seconds, push themselves into the lead for the time being, but you can see Envy already in the next position. Mayhem's going to try and pick someone out here from tiles on the outside here. Nade at the ready as well. We saw the first hard point very much go the way of Envy. Can they do it again now in the second set? Knight going to get the charge started. He finds one. Parzelian finds the players from the outside of the map as well. Now they're in on the point. Now they're trying to contest. First 10 seconds have gone the way of Envy here. Sounds like it might be someone's... No, maybe not. I could have swore I heard a Tempest come out there, but still on the point we go. And it's flipped over to UYU.
Yeah, I think it was just the trophy system making a little bit of a sound there at the door, but a break which comes through for UYU, which is impressive alone, but the way that they did that when Envy had the TAC 5 boost, even more impressive. They're going to start to be rewarded now, and Mayhem. I said about his interactions at 10 and 10. He's now 15 and 10, 25 to his name. He's going on a tear. He's got a War Machine in his back pocket. Doesn't really need it right now. And UYU are turning it on here. Lightning Strike as well. This is ambitious. This is a little bit risky. The way he led that, when he was... oh, he did get the double streaks. So he already had them.
He managed to get himself, that was his 10th kill in a row almost, or something like that. A lot of kills back-to-back for him. Finds himself streaks. Mayhem now possibility to start pulling this away for UYU. 120 now to 90 for Envy. Hitting the spawns through the back. Sillies gets dropped. That's important now for Parzelian and Knight to make their way in through the rear. Tempest at the ready for Knight. He wants it. Shots are out. Apathy tries to hold the back. He can't get it done as he drops. And now Hellstorms are out for Mayhem. Trying to flush those players out of Courtyard, and they're going to get it done. No, Aches is keeping the back line alive, though. Attack 5 boost. Are they going to find anything now as they surge through? UYU with the time, but players coming through wine barrels. Players coming through the back end now. The pinch is on.
I will say, you take a breath here, you look back, you think, what is going wrong with Envy? Huke, 7 and 16. He's usually the one that's leading in the slaying department. Right now, that's Apathy at 16 kills, but Assault not having the best of games. And yes, it's not all about kills, but you have to have that slaying squad, you know, be able to push them back. And right now, UYU are just outdoing them. And that's coming from Mayhem, Parzelian, Proto putting numbers up as well. The streaks are in, the TAC 5 is still available. This is looking great for UYU here. And it looks like with those 4 kills, they're going to lock down the fountain as well. This could get a little out of hand with these streaks.
It's the same thing. Once they do get the point, the trades are going the way of UYU as well. So they're managing to maintain the pressure, winning the opening kills. Look at that minimap. Number 10, Aches is the only player hitting the backside. He's the only player trying to get this player out, and Mayhem's read it. Mayhem knows he's coming in from the side. And while the attack is coming down up front, Apathy's finding the kills in the front line. 2 players coming through the middle of the street right now, and Huke tries to hit the stairs. It's a great time push now from Envy. They're all working this one together. And they've managed to flip that one out. They've managed to trade, and here comes Aches. The timing is on. Can he find one? The timing is on from Assault as well. Great break from the back. Can Envy hold on? Proto can't get his slam out again. The Knight trades out quickly, and now it's still pressure on point. 20 seconds left here for Envy to finally get something back into this, but again, the pressure from UYU has been ideal.
Yeah, big 20 points there for Envy, but again, you know, how big are those 20 points? Have they given up rotation too easily? From what I'm seeing, UYU, they're one step ahead, and it is this rotation that they are seeming to get a little bit quicker here and get their head around. And we heard on the desk about, you know, how good UYU and Envy can be if they do nail down this this game type. But the Purifier's out. Parzelian trying to catch fire. That's going to be silly, and that's all he's going to find. But with a 50-point lead and 50 seconds still left on the hard point, UYU trying to close this out, trying to put this one to bed. What does Envy have? Right now, Huke is a slither away from that slam. May utilize it here, Rakes with a War Machine. But again, this is going to be tough to break it.
Craziest thing to see right now is Huke's stats, 9 and 21. I mean, this is the most uncharacteristic Huke performance we've seen. Still, Envy are keeping it together. Once Huke starts to pick up the pieces, though, that's when we could start seeing that lead change. But nonetheless, contest happened. Contest is done. UYU on point. Huke can't get it done either. The second time we've seen a slam get closed out. Aches has pulled out the War Machine now on point, trying to get these players off of barrels. Knight's going to hold the line by pushing Silly back. Great body block, and Methods getting ready for next. This is a great work from UYU again. Final 10 seconds are going to go their way, and they've got numbers now on point. Can Envy get them out there? They have to do something.
Well, team kill doesn't help anyone, and I tell you what, Mayhem, I'm going back to this man. I pointed him out at 10 and 10, 15 and 10. He's now 25 and 14. He's having a fantastic game. He's ready, of course, here. Must have warmed up correctly, and he's certainly paying with a positive 10 here, just slaying out of his mind. 212 to 143. The TAC 5 boost has been used by Envy, but this is the exact same time they used it last time. They got broke, they got beat, they got pushed back here. Can UYU do it again? Lightning Strike is going to come in. It's going to push them all into the channels, and maybe they can find an opening. 3 players around. The only specialist that they do have is Knight with that Tempest. We see a 3-3 split there on the break, and again, that TAC 5 just kind of neutralized pretty quickly.
Yeah, nothing really came of it. They started the push off the back of the Lightning Strike, and again, the timing was there, but Aches still on point. Trophy System's going to cut down that cluster. Huke holding down the right-hand side. The flank's still good. Now, the players from UYU punch through. Mayhem's now on point. Silly trying to do it all on his own, but he can't get it done. 217 now and climbing. Again, the final scraps are going to go the way of UYU, and they can win off of scraps if they keep this up. The way they're keeping Envy off point, so far, so good. Silly with a Vision Pulse now to try and provide a bit of intel. Try to get some advantage now towards Envy, as they do have the hard point. They have managed to get the kills, and now you can see the players of UYU not spawning too far away, but again, they're all funneling down one channel, one direction. It's all going to come down to this Tempest now of Assault.
Yeah, and they can certainly do it here. Yes, they're in a very bad position here, Envy being behind, but look at the actual position that they have. They've now got control of the hard point. They've actually just flipped the spawns, which a lot of people may think is quite a bad position. However, if they can hold on to this so that UYU can't win off this courtyard, they can flip it round on Fountain as well. However, Parzelian will get in there, will get in the mix. They only need 25 seconds. The contest must come in from Envy. There's the contest. Apathy with a big double, and he's now going to put himself in a prime position to actually contest this scrap time, push the players back, and rotate early. 7, 6, and 9, the numbers you've got to watch on that minimap, they are already rotating, and 8 has found a triple as well. There are specialists in the hands of UYU, by all means. We're talking Slam. Methods close to the TAC 5 boost. Mayhem a little close to the War Machine. Well, these are hard kills to make on rotation. Envy can do this.
They can do this. Again, you called it. As soon as the contest came through, those players hit Fountain straight away. Now the flips happened. Envy with a chance to win it here. We need to see a decent break from UYU. They don't have any streaks to get it done, but they do have the specialist. Assault on the left flank. Shots are out. Knight's going to be slowed down. Mayhem, can he find anything with the nade? Assault can't get the kills. Here we go. Proto trying to line up a slam. He gets cut down, but it's all going to come down to the gunfights on point. 230 and climbing. Parzelian hits the flank. He makes his way in, but the player's still on the back spawn. They're going to be holding the line.
Yeah, and I think Hugh's just done what he needed to do. All he needed was one kill in the house, and it gives him the slam, and this gives him a specialist, which now what Hugh does is he rotates out of house, he rotates to the stairs, he uses the slam. It's as simple as that. However, 3 players go down elsewhere. 20 seconds left. They only need 5. 2 players spawning them back, and that could be a GG here. Mayhem the closest to it, and Envy putting up what a comeback that was. And that's Seaside Hardpoint for you. Never ruled them out, and even at the end, yes, Hugh started to pick it up, but I think he still finished roughly, I'm guessing, about 18 to 25. You know, it was still at a negative. Ake's playing very, very well towards the end here. Strong plays and clutches from Apathy. But I almost feel UYU, they didn't utilize what they had at the times that they should have.
Yeah, we saw streaks coming up for a few of them, actually. Mayhem got full streaks at one point. I think we saw Parzelian get a lightning strike as well. Yeah. I mean, you're right, they had tools to work with, but they didn't necessarily get it done. And you have to give it to Envy as well. They kept a cool head throughout all of that. They were down by a good 50, 60 points at times, not looking like their game. And again, cool, calm, and collected, making the right decisions. You call it. As soon as that contest came through there on Courtyard, they were like, on Wine Barrels, they're like, you know, we can't win it here. Go straight to the next one. As soon as they made their way across that Courtyard through Wine Barrels, all the way to the back end of the Fountain, they had it, and they locked it down from then and there, and the writing was almost on the wall at that point. You could kind of tell, like, this is the way comebacks work on Seaside.
Yeah.
If you don't have the utility, you don't have the specialist to break the point, you're done and dusted, and that was the case for Envy.
I think it's like this, whether it be any sport, esport, or whatever it may be. If your star player isn't performing, you know, who isn't, you know, getting everything he normally does, I'm talking about Hugh here, you know, how do you win? How do you step it up? They did that, and credit to them here. They turned it around.
Yeah, there you go. Well, before the matchup, of course, Jess caught up with a few of the players. She's got a couple of tidbits of information for you, friends. Jess, what do the players have to say?
Thanks, Miles. That's right. Yeah, well, Ake's had a few tidbits for me. He spoke about the loss to EG yesterday and said, you know, well, we choked up on map 2, and that just completely shattered our vibes for the rest of the series. But he assured me the vibes are good coming into today. You know, he feels pretty good. And he said, if we play to our potential, we should be able to take any team. So he didn't seem too worried here about this match versus UYU. I did also step over and catch up with Methods from UYU, and you know, he's also having some kind of frustration surrounding just the way the team is playing. He says we're just very inconsistent right now, and he says, well, but so is Envy, so we're not really sure exactly kind of how that will go. But you know, again, he's just feeling really frustrated about the loss. He said, you know, we can beat someone like Heretics, and then Accelerate comes in and 3-0s us. I need to joke a little bit about how they dropped Skies, and he said, well, God just wanted us to lose because we dropped Skies, and then, you know, Skies came in and dropped a 2.0 on us. So let's see how the rest of the match plays out. Miles and Momo, back over to you guys.
Cheers, Jess. Karma is a very fickle thing. It's funny how things work out like that. But nonetheless, UYU, again, a squad that we see have tons of potential. Again, we've seen brilliant performances individually out of all of them at some point throughout Black Ops 4. Going through it now, and again, happens to all of us, happens to the best of us. Still, chance to bounce back now in the search. Again, inconsistency is the word we're using right now with both of these teams as they have slightly struggled.
Yeah, it certainly is. And that man right at the bottom right here, Ake's 32 kills to his name of 1.45. And yes, fantastic player. Yes, one of the greats of Call of Duty, but, you know, he's not known right now for, you know, his incredible slaying ability. He stepped it up. Whether this has, you know, been a bit of a change or something's happened, I'm not too sure. Obviously, Hugh not having the best game. Look at that, 14 and 25, 8, 26 and 19. I know I've referenced kills a lot, but it's this that's impressive. The spawns, what they did, which we just missed there, actually, they had control of Courtyard, but they pushed into barrels and pushed far enough up to flip these spawns. This is the important couple of gunfights, because what this does with 13 seconds left is it doesn't give UYU a possibility of winning, and it gives 3 players, obviously, from Envy to rotate early. They can then get control, and you see Hugh in that window, and I think a really big key factor here, even though he's not having the best game, look how close he is to that grab slam. All he needs is 1 kill, and then he has a grab slam to defend with. If he goes down and doesn't get that grab slam, it could be a different story. We may see UYU break through, but he does pick up the kill as Assault goes down on the stairs, and you could kind of almost see the start stars align as Assault goes down here. Huke, I think, picks up a kill at pretty much the same time. Unfortunate for Proto, they're missing, but that's it. So the kills go down. We see Assault fall. Huke now rotates towards those stairs, and again, that grab slam coming in, utilizes it well, picks up a big double kill. But still at this stage, you start to think that anything is still possible. You know, with 25 seconds left, yes, the time is ticking, but it's just one more push. That's the nail in the coffin there as 3 go down. Proto does connect with his slam as well. But Envy clutching up once more, and credit to them. Yes, we see it on Seaside a lot here. But look at that, no crazy reaction. It just seems very cool. Probably a big sigh of relief for the Envy boys. And I'm going to take a big sigh after breaking that one down.
Again,
Woo.
Keeping it together. It ain't over until it's over, friends.
Here we
Into
go.
the Search and Destroy, now we go. Straight on to the B site for Aches as he gets that snipe out. And will he open this one up with a bang? He just may do that. And again, it seems like quite an aggressive start now for the players of Envy as they're surging towards B. First blood to Silly. Knight is going to be retreating backwards, as you can see the remaining members of UYU having a reposition. Try to assault the rear line there of Envy, trying to hit him up the back end. Knight trying to get it done with the FMJ there. That's ICR, not quite at the rampart, but it'll get the job done through the wall there. And again, still a 4v5 right now with the bomb down.
Big flank coming in, and that kill is really kind of a hard hitter as UYU does find one, but the trade should go through now for Envy. Again, they do have the better position. They have that bomb down, and they can really just hold these lines of size. Proto will try his best as he does find one, but Envy, a big round win. And just kind of talking about going from a map like map 1, obviously the big comeback, going into a Search and Destroy, gives you this confidence. I love that confidence that just went into that round. Straight away, it was all to B bomb site. They got that first blood, no hesitation on the bomb plan. And within 30 seconds, they were 2 players up with a bomb down, and it's a GG almost.
Had a plan, they executed it well, and again, looked very cool, very composed for everyone there on Envy. Not a sweat broken. See if they can't find it now again in the second round. It's a defensive round for Envy. We see UYU now on the offense. Aches once again sniping towards B. It's a 5-man push towards A though. Huke's the only player there. Now again, if he can find a kill out of this, ideal. If he can pass on the information to his teammates and allow Apathy, and it looks like Silly in mid-map to rotate quickly and cut those players off from behind, that helps as well. Let's see how this one goes. Huke's backed on up. They've conceded the site. And now we're going to see the showers in full control for UYU. Aches now, everyone making their way in through the back end, hoping to find a pick.
Interesting here, Apathy actually mid-map, he opts to come back and basically hit this as a 5-stack. You know, he doesn't want to kind of go on a flank. Quite a clever thing, because UYU, they have to watch those 2 back spots. Now they're going to realize that everyone's pushing from the front, but number 6, Pazelian, still out of the question. Proto with a big double nade, and Mayhem sliding on in. Apathy, not a hope or prayer here as we do see UYU keep control of the showers. That nade was really tough for Envy.
Perfect work. Proto again, we've seen the rise in popularity of the frag grenade in Black Ops 4 over the last month or so, and again, well worth having. You can cook it, explodes a lot faster than the likes of the cluster grenade, and again, perfect view here of that frag going off, finding those 2 players on the retake. Great round from UYU. What a way to bounce back again. Bomb goes down. Both teams hold the site effectively. Now we'll see how we go. Back onto the offense now for Team Envy. Will they find another offensive round win? Or will they break the cycle?
Last time it was a heavy B hit, so it's interesting how UYU will adapt to that. They've still only sent 1 player there. 3 players through the mid, 2 looking over here. As Envy do try and get map control, they'll be cutting straight through Ice Cream on the right-hand side. Knight may not see this coming, but he's going to slide. Oh my goodness, he's going to get punched straight in the throat, and that's a sucker punch as one gets traded out for either side. 4-4 now, with 60 seconds left on the clock. Problem being for UYU, look at the B-bomb site. The 1 player that was watching it is down. It gives full control, and Aches is going to take full advantage of that.
This is brilliant work from Aches, watching mid, just cutting those players off as they try to make their way back towards the site. It was a very powerful attacking retreat there from Envy. Pars trying to get it done up top with Apathy. He does find 1. Can they make their way back onto the site? Proto in a 1v3 situation. Aches is going to gun him down, hoping for the kill now. 2 kills this round to his name, looking to make it a 3rd, and he's so aggressive, but he's just not let it happen. Proto's still alive. And now Aches is back into the fight, and he's going to close that round out.
I'll tell you what, that's the MVP of the series so far. Yes, we're only 3 rounds into map number 2, but Aches having a wonderful series. He's had a fantastic hardpoint and already putting up big plays in the S&D. 2 kills in the middle, 3 kills that round here. This is his double. Methods absolutely wiped out there. Mayhem joins the club. And actually, the 1 player there that's trying to take Aches down was trying to obviously obtain some streaks. That itself is such a big kill. You know, it's more than just 1 kill on the leaderboard here. So Aches, again, working towards some streaks himself, but 2-1 for Envy now is pulling out the Paladin, Mr. Do-It-All.
No one in sight. Will they make the read now? Assault watching the players towards that B side. Aches shuffling back. As again, they have to now reposition. Two players punching their way through under the underpass. Actually, Mayhem's going to contend with both of them, and he's going to contend with both of them handedly as Silly finally gets it done, almost making that a beautiful two-piece. Aches is going to be going down from Parzenian in the back. Now it's a 3v4. UYU, again, another offensive round. They're looking strong, but it's not quite over yet. They haven't got the bomb down, and they have struggled somewhat with the defense now of Envy.
Yeah, they've actually had to back off. It's 3v3. Silly and Assault have that mid-map control. No one really has control of Showers, and that's the communication there coming in from Methods. He's like, guys, get over here. I've got the whole of the A site. I've actually pushed through. And a little bit over-aggressive, does find himself one kill. If he didn't find that, that would have been a really poor play, but he does. And it means Yuke's going to be pushed into an awkward position, and it's now all down to Assault. This is still winnable for Assault. Obviously, he does need to go big. And ICR, oh, he does have a Maddox to play with as well.
Will he bring it to play, though? There's the ring of the bell. Two players on that site right by tree. If you could find one, this would be massive. But again, that's how you have to play those trades in a 2v1 situation. We saw when they were 3v3, you called it. That one player who hits the back of the spawn, he gets dropped by two members of Envy. If it wasn't a trade, that would have been dire for UYU in that situation. And again, the trades go their way. Sometimes that's how you have to play Search.
Yeah, I actually really like what UYU did there when they were in the 2v1. When that first player saw him, he just slid straight into that tree. He was like, guy, I'm staying with you. Like, if I go down, you're trading this kill, vice versa. Smart play, obviously. It's very difficult sometimes with Sorg, Maddox, or whatever it may be to, to take two players down with one clip. It is quite a difficulty against professional players, of course, who can bob and weave like no other. Bit of a slow start. Oh my goodness, eat my own words. Aches ripping heads off. Knight is the first to fall, and Envy, again, looking strong here. I haven't been keeping track of first bloods, but I know Envy have got a couple to their name already. Obviously, round number one. Huke trying to wiggle his way around Proto, but he's not going to find anything. But key thing for Envy is staying alive, and this is the frag grenade that you talked about, Miles. He's got to put it back in his pocket.
Timing on this. That's good. Nothing.
Not good enough.
First in a C. Bombs down. Aches trying to find a second here on the snipe. Again, sniping through the showers. Not unheard of. Gunfights out, just ringing in the back end. Unfortunate timing there, Parzenian just peeks. Wonderful use of that shoulder peek. In and out. Pass the information, let them know there's a snipe on point. But the numbers of Envy are just unstoppable right now. Parzenian finds one. Quick trade out. That's the last. Aches is going to get it done with the Strife. Brilliant set of trades. The utility not necessarily coming into effect for anyone there on Envy, but the gunfights certainly went their way.
Certainly did there. And again, it was Aches stepping it up, finding that... sorry, not Aches stepping up. He had the sniper. He actually missed a couple of shots. I was actually thinking to myself, in that position, the ability, especially the Sword players who may be rocking lightweight, to slide past the sniper, it's actually really important that the rest of the squad did get those kills. And luckily for Aches, they did. They were obviously at an advantage at a 5v4, and they, of course, could watch every single doorway. UYU struggling here, and, of course, they're already down 1-0. We're amongst a couple specialists potentially after this round. Assault's just got his Tempest. Assault's actually 6-3. Great round, just looking across the board here. Anyone underperforming, maybe Methods at 1-4 after he's only got a kill to his name, but still early days.
Methods now working through middle with Knight, trying to get that quick pick there onto Apathy. He's backed on up. Aches is making his way through middle, and again, it's an offensive round now for UYU. Everyone's finding their wins on the attacking rounds. Slight reshuffle back towards A, back towards Showers. Shoots there on point. Can he find anything? Mayhem, though, pops out to say hello, and he's going to say goodbye to two members there of Envy. Lovely bit of work. Now it's a 5v2. What a turn of events.
That's really unfortunate for Huke. Poor guy was just sat behind Showers watching his lane, and he gets hit with the FMJ straight through the tiles. So it's unfortunate, but UYU, knowing the map, as you need to do here in 2v5, like, you're not going to retake this in 2v5. You're probably going to see Silly take his own life and get out of there at the very end. Here he is. But again, you've got to try. You've got to maybe take one down with you, but he's not going to find anything but a tie game at 3-3.
First team to find a defensive round win. Probably takes the map. And again, now the specialists are starting to come into play here, we're going to be able to see some form of change, some form of advantage.
All right, well, all tied up here. If you missed it, the hard point, it was a bit of a nail-biter. UYU, they had the lead, I'd say, for 60-70%. And sadly, for those guys, it slipped away. Envy obviously come back, brought it back, and it wasn't with the help of, a star-studded performance from the likes of Huke. It was actually Aches going off and now into the S&D, dropping 6 kills already. Still rocking that Paladin. Look at those red little guys walking over to B. Walking over to A, should I say. This is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Grab slam.
Proto is not really hitting the slams, is he, friends? He's been struggling since the first map. Methods, though, no struggles there. 3v2. Pars trying to get out with the get is good. Manages to keep his life for the time being, but Silly holding the line. Aptly finding the kill on the night. 3v1 right now. Parzeli on the last man alive in the small room. Can he find something big there? It's back on up. Bomb's going to be going down at A, and it's another offensive round for Envy.
And it's nice as well just to get that bomb down before you kill this player, or even he takes his own life, because, again, it's just additional points working towards streaks. You don't, or may not see any streaks in this search and destroy, but you never know. Even at a stage like this, when you're, what, 4-3 up now for Envy after this round, you know, there's 2 more rounds to go. If you're in a round 11 somehow, and you've got a lightning strike that can save the day. Team Enviers, though, on the left side of the main stage here in the Columbus, Ohio studio, looking good. And UYU, again, you kind of spoke about it at the start, Miles. You know, what a week, a couple of weeks for these guys. You know, we've seen some wins, some losses, some teams that, you know, people would predict against them taking, and a bit inconsistent. But again, when they find that consistency, you know, how good can UYU be?
Oh, we've seen it, you know, Methods talked about it himself, you know, they gave the hands to Heretics, and after a performance like that, you think, okay, wow, UYU are here to play, cross-division plays looking to be theirs. I mean, this could be a 3-1, this could be a 4-0, who knows? But again, they've just managed to find their way themselves in the struggle street right now. Eggs backing on up, round 8. Sniper is out again towards the B site. 4 players of UYU searching, surging, driving forward towards that B. Number 9, he's going to be hitting the rear guard. He's battling 3 players now of Envy. Aches has got to buy the time. He has to make sure he holds the line without letting any of these players drop. He in Apathy, while the remainder of the team make their way in through the back.
I see a huge cluster grenade that went down and stopped the bomb being planted here. However, hold in the back. The flank comes in, it doesn't work, and a 5v3. The bomb is now going down. Nicely done by Knight just to stay alive there, and the trades come in, perfectly played by UYU, and now 4-2. They can jump and challenge all at the same time, and Methods on a 3-kill streak, 8 kills to his name. And UYU will get another round on the board here, and another offensive round here.
Again, UYU just so mobile on that round, managing to punch through the weakened sort of front line there at B. They overwhelmed the 2 players there, it was Aches and Apathy, and managing to get that pick out on Aches just meant that they could immediately divert attention. This was Methods again. Watching the back, as soon as they managed to take 1 player from the front, it just meant that the back end now became that bit more vulnerable, because they know they're going to be sprinting. The gun's probably not going to be up. Cutting them down. Brilliant round there from UYU.
Certainly was, and Methods at the heart of it, finding 3 kills. The best play, and most definitely deserved here. 4-4, all tied up. And this is what I talked about. Specialists are going to come in here. There's a lot to play with. Aches has been on fire with the sniper. Trauma. Type 5 boost for either team here. It has been initiated. Too much blackout.
That's for tomorrow night. 4v2 right now, as UYU have actually dropped off here, but again, it's an offensive round for Envy. We're not too surprised. Pressure mounting. The pot is coming to boil as Methods finds 1 in his shin, but luckily that doesn't do too much damage as Aches now through mid-streak. Again, 2 players back on and up. That's going to be number 9 and number 6, Parzelian and Methods. Parzelian sitting at 5 and 5, Methods 9 and 5. 4 back-to-back for him. Can he find any more? The timing was almost on there for Envy, just to get plugged in the back, but the bomb's going to go down towards A now. And again, favouring the situation they're in, favouring the weapons they've got. A lot of Sorgs now at the point. Methods and Pars probably don't have Sorgs. You want to get in the showers with the wrong equipment, it's going to sting. And now they have to make that quick rotate. Is it going to be quick enough? We'll see. 3v2 on the retake.
And you kind of know, especially in a 3v2, when you hear 1 bullet like that, Envy should pretty much know that both these players are going to be coming from this spot. It's very rare that they kind of go for a pinch in a 2v3 position. Pars does find 1. Trades do come in. Now a 2v1. Parzelian would have had to find all 3. Finds 2 in the position, and Envy do go up. That again was an offensive round here, and we've said it all game long. These offensive rounds obviously are heavily favoured, but in this map alone, I will say Methods, it was very unfortunate time when he decided to peek around and actually chase and hunt them down. They got away just by the skin of their teeth here. Can Envy pull out a defensive win? If there's a time to do it, it's now, and the reason being is Specialists. There's a lot to play with here.
Specialists can turn the tides, and it's going to have to happen. Assault with the Tempest, ready to go. Aches War Machine, hot to trot, and he's not running a snipe this time, so there's a very good chance, friends, we will be seeing that come out. And again, with that pressure mounting towards B. Here we go. Time to party.
He's invested. He's gone, you know what? If they're in there, I'm taking them down. Sadly for him, they're not. Kill feed though, Hugh. That's a big, big kill. And the reason being, obviously, they now know that A's completely clear. Ace is still on his own, but what this War Machine is doing is it actually might push them into a rotation. Cluster. In fact, no, that's a frag. And Ace is going to quickly get out of dodge here.
Great way to answer back for UYU. They used utility to buy back space on the site, and now they're on it. Trophy system's down. It's going to cut down all the utility of Ace. Assault now and trying to make his way through the back with Silly Mayhem. Hoping for a little bit more than one scoop there on the ice cream, and then still slow push, very, very slow, trying to take back this ground. They can't get it done. Silly though, 3 perfect kills from Envy. And that was it. They needed the defensive round, and boy, did they get it done. Second map goes the way of Envy after a hard-fought battle there in the search, and I will say, what a time to get it done at the very end like that.
Yeah, I do give credit a lot to kind of the War Machine, and again, talking about specialists, it's not that it picked up the kills, but it stopped any form of attack, and that's one player. Ace just went over there like he has done every defensive round, and he gets it done here. However, UYU are 2-0 down. They were up in the hard point here. The search and destroy, though, went to Envy's way, and that is going to be it. After the quick break here, we're going to be jumping into Control with Envy versus UYU.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix-amp of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
What's up, guys? Study here with another play breakdown presented by TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand. All right, guys, we're going to have Red Reserve versus Team Envy here, tied 1-1 in the series. Red Reserve is currently up 2-1 in the control map with a 9-kill live advantage. Huke is going to decide to grapple in, not use his specialist because Aches has fallen. So they know they only have one good push here. At the same time, Zero was going to use his grab slam, but Silly is able to pick him up from Sushi. Pause it right there. Keep in mind, you have two players that are coming off of spawn. It's going to be Aches and Huke. They only have one really good push. At this point, they're down 10 kills with only 29 seconds left. Like I said, Assault is just sitting here with his Tempest, just stalling time for his teammates, gives himself enough time for Huke to pick up a two-piece with his grab slam, puts the guy down back 18. At the same time, Huke is able to pick up a third kill with his Maddox, and they wipe the entire team and just pull out an amazing round. Congratulations to Envy. And that has been your play breakdown presented by TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Welcome back to the CWL Pro League. It's the final day of the week. Team Envy know it, and they're looking to close it out in a big way. Currently up 2-0 over the boys of UYU, and so far so good. Huke's not having the crazy series. We've seen some superstar performances from him. At the moment, he's kind of putting his feet up and letting the rest of the team get their job done. Aches having a great series so far. UYU, much to be desired for here. Miles and Momo bringing you the action.
Yeah, I think Huke may deserve a break after once he's been putting in. But, you know, it's great to see that Envy can win without him, you know, without him doing what he usually does, should I say. Arsenal Control was the map mode, which I personally was looking forward to in this one between these two teams. But again, I'm expecting Huke to kind of kick it up a notch here and maybe close this one out 3-0. The confidence must be flowing. Very impressed with Aches so far, kind of having an MVP-like series for himself, and it is good to kind of have those, and especially when a lot of people, fans and you guys back home, will credit a lot to Huke. It's nice to see, you know, everyone else stepping it up, and that's what makes a good team great here. But let's get into this. We put 90 seconds on the clock. 2 zones, A and B, 30 lives, 5v5, and it's going to be a bit of a crazy one in A.
Interesting push towards A for both sides. Again, the vents. That's where the change was adapted there for UYU as they stack on towards A. Huke, though, finds a lovely kill there on Mayhem. And behind, though, Apathy. He didn't hit the vents. He ran all the way back through food, and he manages to find himself a couple of kills. Lives starting to deplete for both sides, but as again, defending that point towards A. No contest coming in, and it looks like UYU are going to double down here on the attack at A on the second set of respawns, the second set of lives they're spending. Can they find any profit from this attack?
Aches is honestly playing phenomenally here. 4-0 already. He's held down A all alone, giving his team time to respawn, time to come and help. And yes, using the ICR, but he's using it very, very well. So he's going to be stripped of his title there as Assault does go down as well. Apathy caught on rotation. And this is difficult for Aches because what he's doing now, he's going to have to rotate back. The force is onto B, and he's going to go down and not get those streaks. So we'll have to wait and see whether they can hold on here. But for Envy, B has been taken over for now. The first tick is looking to go in, and it will do there, but just 2 players over by, interestingly enough. Apathy and Assault, they are going to go for B, and they're going to keep hold of that one.
So finding 2 in the back end from B there, and again, in all the chaos, they're trying to get the tick towards A, but perfect timing from Huke there. Comes in, cleans out Parzelian before the first tick can be completed. Now they're draining that A push. B held for the time being. 25 seconds now left on the clock. Apathy looking to get the fight started with that stun. And here comes UYU once again with that push through vents. That's a big one from Proto. Finds one. Parzelian knocks in as well. Huke gunned down at that point. And in from behind, Parzelian holding the line. Lives even. Clock very low. Can they get the cap on A now?
Yeah, this is where they should get the cap on A, but this is also where Envy should kind of give it up and not over-challenge here. Set up for B, set up for this next almost wave of kills. So it's 12-11 right now, and Aches could be running into trouble, but he also could get some brilliant timing. Look at this. He's actually trying to catch a couple players here, but he has let Mayhem slip the net. The problem is now is if he opens these doors... Oh my, he's gone for it. The door's been opened. Surely they hear that. Surely they hear that. The first kill comes in. Aches is getting away with murder, and that cluster's going to help nobody. 2 players are going to be charging in, though. It's 10-10.
Here we go. Proto making his way through lobby. Silly's going to get the stun through. Actually, he misses it. I think he stunned himself. And with that, he's going down. Aches, once again, good timing. Can it be great timing? No, it won't. 9-7. Now on B. First tick done. Assault trying to creep his way up the stairs. It's now an empty site. quickly to drain that point now at B. Mayhem and Knight pushing down through the lane. We've got number 2. That's going to be Methods making his way through the lobby. And again, the timing of this attack is very, very important. Assault is out in the open. He's going to be vulnerable to the player coming in through lobby. The players here are going to be making their way out any second now. Mayhem trying to wait for his timing to pounce now from the vents. And Hugh,
get out of there. You do not challenge an uphill fight like that. You know he's in there. He's stuck in there. There's a lot of time to rotate, but with 30 seconds, the push has to come, and the push has to come now. Who's going to be the one to open up the account? It's a big stun there. Aches finds another. The man who we talked about all series long is 6-7 right now, but look at this, the full rotation. Aches has found another. Paddy P, he's turning it up here on the main stage. Silly finds one more. 6-5 with the clock ticking down. Huke's trying to hold the line, and Apathy's watching the flank. It's a nice setup here. Apathy goes down.
It's not nice enough. Huke's trying to get kills on the outside. Anywhere they contest. They've got to get someone on the point now. Apathy just had to hold that door. Now Ace is there to get again to close it out. Oh wait, Proto's on point though. Can Proto save it here in a 2v4? It's just one kill left now for Envy to seal the deal, and they do in the first round. And not without a lot of work there from UYU. With the clock against them, with the lives against them, they do manage to maneuver through those backstairs and get on the point. But again, just not enough. They didn't quite have the numbers to win the trades, to win the gunfights. And finally, Envy closed that one out.
Again, I must stress, I like Aches no more than I like any of the other 9 people on the main stage right now, and I know I'm talking about him a lot, but he deserves the credit of what he's doing right now. His positioning with the ICR, the plays that he's making, the way that he's picking up the kills, kind of, I think he's 12-4. Not like a superstar stat, but, you know, in a Slayer kind of game here, you know, a 3.0, it's ridiculous what he's doing for the squad. He kept A alive for so long himself here, and now he's going lone wolf.
Why not?
Just watching the flank. Thought he was going to go in there and try and take it on by himself, but it's a B hit for Envy.
Big B hit already. Opening up from Huke. Aches on the flank. Again, as soon as they read the B play, they knew the flank was coming. You've been in league play, friends. You've been shot in the back. Aches wasn't going to let that happen. Now he's on A. Now he's getting the contest. Still, first progress towards B complete. Silly trying to push the front line forward, buy some more time. Can't get it done. Aches is still alive, though. He's still alive. The player from window couldn't get the kill, and now he's holding the back alone. He's doing this alone. Paddy P finally dropped, but Huke's here now. The reinforcements gets it done with the 1-2 shot punch. And again, big progress at B still. The pressure from Envy. This has been a great attack.
Certainly has. 2-2 split there as the kills come in. This is where we're going to see a push onto A. 2 ticks on B has been great so far. And we are starting to see a bit of a theme in this one. And it's Envy taking over. A looks to be almost gone. Knight is going to wait by the window and maybe catch one on rotation. But Envy is going to be the first zone that goes in their favor. They only need one more tick. The 60 seconds on the clock is going to be extended now by another 60 seconds as that cap does come in. And with a couple of specialists to work with, do they need it right now? Up by 3 lives.
A slight advantage is just going to give them enough room to work around and experiment a little bit with the way they attack this. 1 tick at B is all they need. Aches is well ahead of Mayhem in terms of the War Machine race. Proto's not too far away from his Gravestime, Northern Knight to his Tempest, and now we're going to make their way in.
And this is where you talk about that War Machine race. Maybe that, you know, they don't have Flak Jacket. We can go forward with them. We can see a couple of them do have it already. Some don't. Mayhem's one that does. But whether he pulls out the War Machine, I'm not sure at this given time. 19-17. They only need 1 tick. However, it's a nice wipe out there with a final kill coming onto Ace. This is where UYU can start to set up a defense, start to set up something special.
Great attack now again from Envy. They're making their way right in through the front. Watch the way they push those 2v1 engagements. So they manage to avoid all sorts of friendly fire and still get the damage done. Proto's lining this one up again. Slams at the ready. There's attack 5. Going to make Huke that a little bit stronger, a little bit harder to kill. Ace War Machine out. There it is. Buying them some space. Great open field to work with. Flak Jacket will do the best it can to keep Mayhem alive, but now he's done. On to B they go. Proto Slam's going to come out now or never. It's not going to happen. He's going to save it for the next round, and the pressure mounting. The point goes the way of Envy, and that's the 2nd round back-to-back for them. 1 more, and they can close the series out.
So calm. So calm here from Envy. Again, kind of touching on that round. Great utilization of the TAC 5. They do that when it's, I think, a 4v4. They push on in. Huke was kind of the bully that goes in first, but they utilize the War Machine as well. Yes, it only picks up 1, but it cleared a whole lane. You know, there's no one flanking, no one at that point. Lobby was okay, and all they had to focus on was those stairs. What they did do so well is at the start of the game there, or start of the round, should I say, they got 2 ticks on B. So it wasn't even like UYU had a second chance at that one, but we're going into round number 3, potentially the last round of the series. My goodness, where has this series gone, Miles?
Well, it's about to go towards B, and that's the entirety of UYU. Proto's in. Makes his way straight on top of the point. Again, the players of Envy had gambled a little bit more towards A. Huke hit the flank alone. Now charging through the back end, Apathy versus Proto, just to hold down the back while the capture comes through. There's the first progress while this gunfight goes down. Another one. Can't Proto get it done as Silly cleans them up in the back. 28 to 28. Second tick towards B almost done.
Aches needs to be careful here. Those 2 kills that have just gone down, he's got to know that they're coming off spawn here. You see that number 9 turn around. He gets caught off guard by Methods. This is great for UYU here. They're up by 2. Mayhem and Methods finding a double. Porzelian getting into the action as well. And that second tick is nearly the third, and they're in full control of A. This is dangerous here for Team Envy.
Proto on point. Starting the cap, but you can see the numbers are looking great for everyone there on UYU. They're straight in on it. Huke trying to get the damage done from the window. Holds his line admirably as Mayhem actually starts to pop things off with a War Machine. Finds 3. Again, they did not finish the capture towards B, but now they're getting the damage done at A, and all that does is it has to force Envy to spread the defense. They have to commit to one or the other side, otherwise they will lose both points. Mayhem still alive at this point. Brilliant work from him. 4 kills back-to-back. Any more to his name? 125 away from streaks.
And guess who's just got them off A? It's number 9. It's Aches once again. He was in the vents. He's now 21 and 9, and he's pushing forward. B could have gone here, and we are going to see Knight push up. They've got a couple of specialists to work with, the Slam and the Tempest as well. Knight's just got a big double kill there. Will finally go down to Apathy there. Porzelian and Methods getting into the mix, and this potentially is you know, a big chance for UYU to kind of close this out. Look at the lives. That's the important thing about this round. 17 to 9. It's been pretty much closed out from the get-go. I'm not really sure how Envy kind of win this round here, because trades surely just go forward.
I mean, look at that kill box. It just created a perfect little funnel point now for Envy to fire through. Open the door at your own peril. Assault, though, brave as they come. The biggest plot twist again, Mayhem picking up those streaks now going into the next round. That's going to be a comfortable cap. No one from Envy willing to spread the lives, and that's it. 2 to 1. Now, with streaks to work with, and with plenty of specialists, because not a lot was invested aside from Mayhem's War Machine, we could be seeing a turn of events here. We have seen plenty of 2-0 comebacks in control, built on the back of brilliant streak usage and brilliant specialists.
There was no flak jacket for Envy at all.
Yeah, no one.
And again, whether that's because Aches was kind of so ahead of it and got the War Machine in the previous round, they kind of forgot about that. Trophy system, bless him, he tried. Too late.
The little trophy that could.
Got to save Huke's poor life there. Does go down, does lose the round, but still 2-1 up.
Again, specialists for the side of Envy, Assault, Silly, and Huke ready to go with the Tempest, the Vision Pulse, and the Slam, respectively. Aches still 22 and 11. Almost halfway towards his again, and on to A we go. But Proto, can he find one slam this series? They've all been snuffed out. They've all been denied. Assault's going to open the kills. Huke finds Proto, so no slam for the time being. Huke, though. Oh, man, this is Huke again. This is what we wanted to see. 14-16, but look at the pressure he's just mounting. 2 kills, forced them back out of lobby, and now he's applying pressure to B. Look at that rotate. Look at the movement from the young man.
Felt like he was playing a pub for a second there. He certainly isn't. He's playing against UYU, and Assault finds 3. One being his teammate. Aches does go down. The contest comes in. This is brilliant. There's only one player actually capturing A, and there isn't even the second ticking. Look at the streaks, though. That's going to connect. The flak jacket is available. Assault now has that Tempest out, but interesting enough here, UYU, they give up A, and I think that's the right decision. They're down by a lot of lives here, Miles. They need to set up well. They need to start collectively bringing back these kills.
There we go. Proto still holding the line up front. He's got his slam to work with. Assault's Tempest came out, didn't do a whole lot, got taken care of there. Now, Envy on a very, very slow and methodical retake now of this B zone. Again, they've got a lot of lives to work with. Number 8, that's going to be Apathy making his way right around the back. Mayhem's going to get the read, going to get the shots through. Again, Lightning Strike to work with. As soon as they actually get onto that B zone, they're going to get hit by that Lightning. Aches is trying to get the kills now from vents. As Methods holds it in, Aches, again, time it right and you're all good. Time it wrong and you're done and dusted. Again, 1 kill is going to just open up that push, and this is big. That's the kill. Here comes the attack.
2 players go down, though. It's a bit of a trade, but the only problem is the players that stay up for UYU are right at the back of the map. Methods is going to have to wait. They do have streaks to play with. The grab slam for Proto will prevent anything, and the lives are getting a little bit more level. The Attack 5 boost has come in. Still Tempest, still Slam, and still with the Vision Pulse. Porzelian, he might need to invest this here, even though they're in a great position. Again, you favor Envy with a life count, but with what's in stock, with what UYU have, they can really put a big dent in that.
Proto gets the trade out there. Big stuff. And again, Porzelian just got to hold that line. Just got to hold that room as best he can. Attack 5 through. Vision Pulse at the ready. Still with a life deficit, but these little kills, they really help. Apathy, you don't want to go down next. Proto's making his way forward. Trophy's doing the work. And again, the line is held. UYU, they've got the clock on their side.
45 seconds left here. And MB starting to mount a push. One player is in events, and this could be a huge play coming in from Proto. The stuns do connect as well. And here's Proto, here's the play, here's the first, there's the second. The melee doesn't come in. Assault finds one, Hugh finds another. Trades go down, but it looks like UYU are going to come out on top. The pressure is being applied to Hugh. Surely he doesn't come out on top, and he won't there. Now 10 to 14. 4 lives, still a big deal. But with the Vision Pulse still intact, with the Tempest still available, how do Envy get out on top? They're ahead by 5 lives, but they've got to get on the point, Miles.
They got to do it. Parzelian held the back so well there against Hugh. He's doing it again. Silly finding 2, though, with these opening kills. The Tempest unable to get too much done. Can Knight find something, this tiny little hole, this keyhole to work through? He's performing surgery right now when he can't get it done. It aches again with the War Machine, and now the lives are done. He's back on top of the jet. He's back on the statue with the War Machine, making it look easy. And with that, it all comes down to Methods. A valiant effort. He goes out on his feet. But with that, Envy closes the series out 3-0 against UYU.
Aches. 29 and 14 was it there? He may have even got a couple more with that War Machine right at the end. By far, the best player in the lobby. Map 1, Map 2, and Map 3. He turned it up today. Again, that is a team effort, but it's great to see, and I'll reiterate, you know, players stepping up to it. And Envy was a team which a lot of people looked at just that one player, and today it was all 5 for me. We saw brilliance from across the board. UYU, another tough defeat. A bit of a crazy couple of weeks for these guys. But the boys in blue do come out top with a quick 3-0, and that series was fast, Miles.
Yeah, real fast. Again, props to UYU. Great work early on in the hard points. The search and destroy, they managed to keep it all together on the offensive rounds, and they're in the control. They were down, but they were certainly not out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are far from finished. Our first matchup of the day is complete. Coming up after the break, ton more Call of Duty action for you, boys and girls. This is the Call of Duty World League. See you after the break.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
level up the game.
Envy rocketing back after their loss yesterday for such a fast 3-0 over UYU. Again, UYU keeping up their record of 3-0s or 0-3s. Now, Study, why did Envy look so incredibly dominant there?
I don't know what Aches did today. He had to have eaten his Wheaties or something. Probably got some more sleep. But overall, man, the guy is an absolute unit, at least that series. He went 32 and 22 first map. 8 and 6 the second map. He was switching it up between his ICR and his sniper, and in the third map, he just absolutely took off.
He was like 30 and 14 at the end or
he
something?
He had 2 war machines, absolutely destroying that entire series. Congratulations to Pat. Unbelievable.
I mean, on the side of UYU, they got their map pick first map, and you don't see it often, but Hook did not have a good map. He was struggling the whole way through, like 7 and 17
I
at one point.
believe he was negative every map.
Yeah, you have to win your map pick when the other team superstar is not having a good map. They were up by a bunch of points, and they just couldn't close it out. App at one point got a huge 2-piece at the end of Courtyard Hill so that UYU couldn't hold on to that, and then they held on the rest of the hill and 1 rotation of Fountain, and at that point it was just over. And you could just see on UYU's faces that they were just dejected by that loss.
Yeah, I mean, it was just such good specialist usage here at the end, like that Tempest to clear out barrels there, and then they turn around, they have them in a prime position to just take the lead of this game. They pick up a decent amount of kills right here. I think it's Aches who comes in, actually gets like a 3-piece from behind that square, and then they combo it with the Fountain Hill. They end up rotating over there, setting up, and Hook used that graph slam, and they pick up all that time. So, you know, despite Hook having a bad game, does come up clutch with that graph slam, and I think this is where Aches comes up big and picks up 3 kills to alleviate that pressure, get that scrap, and we see the players at Envy at the top of your mini-map right now getting ready for this rotation, and UYU does have like 1 decent push, but it ends up getting thwarted by Envy. And
also on this push, they don't actually fight for the spawns. Like, I feel like they had enough time to make a push for spawns, but instead they tried to come up the stairs and just break the hill straight up. I think they should have, once they kill Assault here, they could have hit the back, but you'll see that they tried to fight the hill. Knight does manage to kill, I believe, Pat at Fountain, but they don't do enough to get those spawns, and Envy's able to hold on and win the map.
Yeah, I mean, I think you maybe play for those spawns if Parzilian doesn't fall right there, or I think it was Mayhem actually.
He's not going to break the hill by himself,
if he doesn't
though,
fall,
yeah, if he kills Aches, what else is he going to do?
If you get that kill, maybe play for those spawns, but it's just a tough situation in general, like to try to break back here. It's one of the toughest hills to break, so I think it really just comes down to that Courtyard Hill and Envy clearing them out of barrels and forcing them to spawn in the backside there. I think that UYU sort of over-pushed that a little bit. They could have took a little bit more time, and then they lose this map in a close map, and then on out, 3-0. Same story. They get smoked on that first, or if they lose that close map in the first one, they get smoked the rest of the series.
You just can't lose your map pick when Hook has 3,800 damage. That's probably the worst individual performance we've seen from him, and his team got a 3-0. Like, that's what you love to see out of your teammates for having your back.
Yeah, if your superstar is slow, everyone else steps up.
Right, they all stepped up. Aches, like Jay said, Aches had a wonderful series. Like, he played amazing, and he and Assault stepped it up big in game 2, but UYU just has to show some fight. They don't show fight when they lose this game 1.
Yeah, we saw Hook switching up a little bit on this map as well, running that Maddox once again. He's really been pretty good with it, honestly. Like, he was picking up 2 3-piece kills, and you know, maybe take him a little bit of time to get more comfortable with it, but we're seeing the meta sort of change on some of these maps, and it looks like Hook's going to be that guy for Envy going forward that's going to have that switch. Yeah, overall, I just thought it was a great performance out of Envious. Kind of what I expected going into this match. Like, if they took that first map, I thought they'd handle him pretty well. I didn't expect Aches to have the performance that he did, but he's really coming to his own, and that's what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think it's him. Of course, Hook usually always performing well, but others like waiting for App to kind of heat up a little bit as well, Nemus?
Yeah, App's had a better week this week. I thought he's been making good plays. He's been doing his job, right? Like, he's got Hook, the superstar. Like, App's just going to run in front of him and allow, you know, Hook to just do his thing. But, you know, overall, I really think Aches stepping up in the search and choices has been great. If he can continue that and respawn, that'd be awesome. I wouldn't really expect that out of him to continue that level of play in the hard points and control, but I think if you get Silly, you get Assault, and you get Aches to have those contributions, you know, every other match or so, they'll be a great team.
I just feel like on the side of Aches, if you have Hook not playing really well, Hook still knows what he needs to do as a Assault player. He's going to be pushing out. If he's not getting his kills, he's definitely baiting for his teammates. And if Ace is putting on the performance that he just had, at least in the respawns, that means he's playing aggressive. He's playing really confident, winning a lot of his gunfights, as we saw. He's putting up unbelievable numbers, and I just feel like Envy is going to click a lot better. Obviously, if, you know, the superstars aren't playing as superstars as they're supposed to. Like, Hugh's not dropping 40, but you're still absolutely dominating the series. And I feel like they were just clicking on all cylinders in the respawns.
They certainly were. Again, such a fast 3-0 to start out today. Let's bring up our schedule now, because coming